Hey, armchair bookers, before we start today's episode, I would just like to say rest in peace to my other best friend, Asa Millar.
Indeed.
Rest in peace, man. Definitely gone too soon.
Cause that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so. Feed me more. You just made the list. Rest in peace.
Armchair bookers, what's going on, y'all? We are going to go ahead and talk about Raw from this Monday, Raw and Smackdown from this Monday and Tuesday, which would be April 29th and 30th. No housekeeping, WWE stuff that doesn't have to do with Raw and SmackDown that I can think of to get out of the way, so we can hop right into it. And before we hop into it, I'm just gonna say the internet been buzzing about how boring these episodes were, and I cannot really disagree. I mean, what do you think, Pete?
I fell asleep at one point.
Oh, I didn't even say I'm Jazz. I'm here with my friend Pete. Pete,
Hey, you know who it is, what's going on, when it's going down, where it's happening, and why we're here today. How you doing? It's
word.
me, as he said, Pete. Here
But
today.
well, but yo, so you said that you fell asleep at one point. You know
Mhm.
what? I mean, we'll get into, like as we break down the episodes themselves anyway. But you fell asleep, and towards the end of the Raw segment, I just started doing other shit on my computer, just kind of like tune the fuck out. I mean,
Oh.
come on, man. Look, before we get into it, I'll say this. How about this? Are you excited in any capacity for real, Pete? For um, what's the name? Money in the Bank.
The matches themselves. The Money in the Bank matches themselves, just because I
The Money
don't
in the
know
Bank
who's going to
matches,
win.
true. The Money in the Bank matches usually never disappoint. As like usually, it's hard to have a completely bad Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
You can have one that's not good, but it's hard to have one that's just bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the overall build up is just like I don't know. This is after WrestleMania, and it's like, come on, y'all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so hop right into it. First off, one thing that a lot of people have an issue with, and I take a little issue with this too, is that the Money in the Bank participants are just announced, and there's no like storyline way as to how they got into it. There's no qualifying matches. It's just, and here they are.
There was one storyline element to it, but we're talking Raw first, so never mind.
I mean, if it bleeds over to SmackDown, you can talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when we get to SmackDown.
Okay, but as far as Raw, I guess you're saying there was no storyline they like that you could think of.
Yeah, the closest thing they did was, like I said, Alexa Bliss doing the announcements, and then each person coming out and saying
Hmm.
why they're gonna do it.
They tied it in that way. Yeah. So Braun Strowman, Ricochet, Baron Corbin, and Drew McIntyre. And Ricochet is now being defined as the what is it? The man who redefined aerial combat, which I don't have a problem with him having that nickname
That's
in the least bit.
that is not gonna catch up.
I don't know if it's gonna catch on or not.
That's too long.
True, it is long as shit.
Like the man that gravity forgot. Okay,
I
I
love
get
that.
that.
I love the
Nice
man
and
that Gravity
short.
forgot. Evan Airborne, like that's easy.
They should just call him the pulverizing pinball.
Is that from something or you just made that shit up?
Oh, it's from something.
The fuck is that from?
Mucha Lucha, dog.
What?
You don't remember Mucha Lucha?
Oh, Mucha. I thought you said Lucha Lucha. Mucha Lucha?
Yeah.
Mucha Lucha. That shit?
What was the main character's name?
I forgot. I remember the show. I forgot.
Ricochet.
Oh. Holy shit.
The
No,
main
yeah, I
character's name
remember
was
now. Okay.
Ricochet, and his special move was the pulverizing pinball.
Well,
Ricochet's pulverizing pinball.
I remember that now. The fact that you pulled that shit out of thin air. What the fuck?
What? The dude's name is Ricochet. That's the first thing
But I
anyone's
mean,
gonna think of.
Oh, like you're right, but who would have thought of that?
Me.
Exactly. That's the
People
point
that
I'm
watch
making.
Lucha Lucha.
Nobody else would have. Like, not that there's a problem, just
Look,
Anyway,
Lucha Lucha isn't just a show; it's a way
it's a
of life.
way of life. Fuck you. Um, but no, like he's the man to redefine whatever. I like it. It works. But anyway, so basically everybody was talking about, yeah, I belong in this match, and everybody was tall as shit compared to Ricochet, and Ricochet basically saying, "You're the newbie. Fuck you."
Yeah.
And right, and then Ricochet was like, "Yeah, but y'all can't do what I can do," and yeah, okay. But they were basically like, "Yeah," and another thing they did too in both SmackDown and Raw for the Money in the Bank participants, man and woman matches, two heels, two faces from each brand, two heels, two faces for each thing. It's like okay, which I mean, okay, but yeah, I don't know.
That happens.
I know
you gotta have people on both sides, and if you have equal representation, it's slightly less obvious of who they're gonna pick to win.
I'm not shitting necessarily on it, but I am saying it adds to the cliche. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, if you go in there with one face and seven heels, it's like,
True, but I'm just saying.
I wonder
then, of
if
course,
Roman's gonna win this time, or John Cena.
True. But this led to basically the show for the rest of the night being Monday Night Tag Team, as I so dubbed it, because it wasn't 6-man, 6-woman, 8-man, 8-woman tag teams. It was just about 8 regular tag teams. Like, fuck, man. So we had Braun Strowman.
Teddy Long get in the back and start doing some booking.
Teddy Long is booking that shit, right? Shit, we need more Undertaker player, right?
He showed up to attack Elias after WrestleMania.
Right, Teddy Long is booking shit. Teddy Long is in the back
player. I know you want to do that concert, but someone's got to interrupt you. It's the Undertaker.
Oh shit. Faces versus heels, male faces versus heels. Braun Strowman, Ricochet went over on Baron Corbin and Drew McIntyre. Ricochet hit a shooting star press after Braun Strowman assisted. I mean, big fucking whoop. I was hoping to see a 630, but what I want to see, and Ricochet can do shit nobody else can do. What I want to see, it's gonna be dangerous as shit, but I want to see a 630 off a ladder. Oh my god, that's all I'm thinking. I want to see
too
that.
High up. He can get
that's
like
what I'm saying. That's dangerous as fuck.
He can get another 2 rotations in there.
What you say? He hit a 900. Shout out to Tony Hawk.
They get like a 900 or do another 180 or another 360 added. He can get some more rotations in there, you know.
Either way, I want to see him do that off a ladder, although that is dangerous as shit.
Yes.
Like, to do a 450 off a ladder is dangerous. So, like, any aerial move, let alone like a billion flips, rotations. So, but I want to see that.
It's not even just more dangerous for him. It's like dangerous to the people that he's hitting because the extra momentum of him like spinning like that.
Are you being serious? How was the extra? I'm not trying to call you stupid. I'm just like honestly like asking
how fast he has to like spin and like rotate like that, and he's just all the solid mass falling on somebody. Because I mean, he is like 200 something pounds.
At least, yeah.
So
I would think that the extra spinning wouldn't mean nothing, but okay.
Physics, man.
Anyway, the Usos went over on the Good Brothers, Gallows Anderson. First off, the Usos now come to the ring and hype the crowd up.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting too. I don't know if that was just so they could take up the commercial break.
and if you notice too, it seemed like somebody didn't get the memo back to the people doing the music or whatever, because they lowered the music like the Usos were gonna talk.
Mm-hmm.
But then the Usos kept on hyping the crowd up to the music, so they brought the shit back up. Like they were like, oh, this is the thing. My bad. Anyway, Usos end up winning, and then we get to one of the reasons that people who stopped watching wrestling will say, and this is why I stopped watching wrestling. The Usos looked at the revival. They played a video of the revival about one of them shaving the other one's back on some secretive ha ha ha, like they don't know that we're watching them, but hey, we caught them and you were shaving his back.
Who shaves another person's back?
Who gives
and
a
I was watching with Mike, and it's like, to be fair to the revival, dude's making good points. He's like, look, I have a hairy back.
Exactly, right.
I also have a lot of muscle. Also, I work out, so I can't get
it's hard to reach.
all that stuff. So my friend of 20 years is like, yo, I got you, fam. What's the big deal? And they're like, manscaping.
And it's like, who gives a fucking flying fuck?
And Alvin Mike is like, who's the heel in this situation? Because the revival have a good point. It's like, y'all snuck in the locker room on us.
It is invasion of privacy, right?
Y'all snuck in the locker room on us in the goddamn shower. You're lucky we had towels on.
And they were just sitting there casually minding their business, as they should be. And he would say, who gives a fuck? Ooh, he's shaving his back. He's shaving cream on his back. But, I mean, have you heard through the rumor mill, rumors, that supposedly the revival got offered $500K for like the next 5 years and turned it down?
I heard that about 5 minutes before we started recording.
Oh, shit. And then, I mean, I don't know if they were going to get shit like this or if this is punishment, but with shit like this, I mean...
Wait, they turned down the $500K?
I heard that they got offered $500K for...
See, I heard they got offered it and they took it, and now they're just stuck.
I heard they got offered it, and they said no.
Mm.
And it's one of those things where it's like, if they said no, can you blame them after this? If they said yes, damn, that sucks.
If they said no, this was definitely punishment for it.
You think so?
Probably.
Yeah.
Vince isn't above stuff like this.
Oh fuck no! We just talked on the last episode about some of the shit he's done to poke fun at people. But I mean, you know, it's just this is how we get a feud started. You know, like it is what it is. Feuds have gotten started over dumber shit. Although I still say it was stupid as fuck to start a feud, but I liked it. The whole spot of tea when fucking Jericho pissed in William Regal's tea. That shit was funny as hell. That's a dumb reason to start a feud, but that was funny as fuck. But yeah, we've done dumb shit. Anyway, so that's gonna be a feud that we have. Most likely not gonna be a Money in the Bank match because it's too late, but probably gonna be a fucking feud and a match on the next like fucking thing. I forget what comes at the Money in the Bank. Usos revival with that shit.
Actually, Money in the Bank is on May 19th. I just looked it up.
It totally is. You remember May 19th from back in the day?
Oh yeah, that's all. My friend
Rob Conway,
my roommate and I Rob Conway, who?
It was Rob Conway and Rob Conway. Well, it was between.
I'm talking about Kane.
It was Kane, and it was like Shawn Michaels was fucking with him one time, and he had this shirt that said May 19th all over it. So he like whooped Rob Conway's ass. And
Rob Conway's who got beat up because of that. Okay.
Yeah, you
let me
finish what I was saying. You let me finish what I was saying. But yeah.
No, it was also the release date of See No Evil.
I See No Evil, that's the only reason they built it up, right?
But in the story, it's like the day Kane's parents died and shit because they tried to
like
make a reason for it to keep going. May 19th. May 19th. Yeah, so now whenever I see May 19th, my roommate and I actually call it Kane Day.
That's all I think about, shit.
And every year we keep planning to do a bonfire in honor of Kane on May 19th.
That's kind of shitty. A bonfire.
It's Kane Day. What do you do on Kane Day?
I mean,
you sip tea.
My parents died in a fire, so let me light a fire.
That's what Kane does.
He didn't like the
He
reason that
lights
May 19th.
fires all the time.
No,
He
no,
has fire
no.
powers.
The reason why May 19th was so bad was because he lit the fire and his parents died, and it was fucking with him that happened.
Yeah,
So don't light a damn fire
but
in
it's Kane Day.
celebration. Oh shit, my parents died in a fire
But
that I
it's
lit that I'm not
Kane
happy
Day.
about.
What are the days associated with Kane?
Like shit.
It's Kane
Like
Day.
don't fucking light a goddamn fire.
It's
Like
what he does. Like I said, it's in honor of Kane, not to make fun of his parents. It's because Kane lights on fire. You think Kane, you think fire. You think Taker, you think a whole bunch of shit. And probably Kane trying to light him on fire. The bottom line is...
all I'm saying is May 19th fucked with him because his parents died in a fire that he set and he wasn't happy about doing.
Oh, see? A fire that he
But he wasn't
set.
happy about doing.
Okay. May
He wasn't
19th,
happy about doing.
Everybody, find a safe place.
Anyway.
Light it up in honor of Kane. Mayor Kane.
Anyway, right.
He's evolved from citizen status.
Right.
Rosebud is the kindling for his big bonfire.
Rosebud is the kindling. I need to see that movie. Anyway, although I think I know how it ends. But that's beside the point. So Leo Rushless Bobby Lashley was on Miz TV. I heard, speaking of rumors again, I heard that Leo Rush apparently is in some hot water, some heat backstage.
That's what I heard.
I heard that it, again, rumor mill like a motherfucker, but I heard that it probably stems from a few things, but one of them being that he had his wife backstage when they were having a lot of rehearsals and other shit. And it's one of those things where it's like every time that you have rehearsals and just like, you know, stuff that's just like work related shit, to have your family members back there every time, people don't always like that shit. And then apparently at some point I heard that Finn Balor went up to him and was like, yo, Vince might not like this shit. And then like he blew Finn off. This is what I heard. So apparently Leo was, you know, kind of stuck in his ways amongst other things. So he's in hot water. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. Anyway, so Bobby Lashley's without Leo Rush. They didn't explain it. He's just by his fucking self. Okay, whatever. What I did not like is what it is, but I kind of don't like having two talk show type like segments on the same show.
Yeah, that was weird.
I mean, it is 3 hours, so they're trying to fill it. And Miz did come back, but we have a Moment of Bliss and Miz TV on the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then on SmackDown, we had the KO show. I mean, granted, that is a whole different show, but it's like, goddamn, y'all. But anyway, so Bobby Lashley comes out without Leo Rush. He's talking all this shit, speaking in third person. Is what it is. I have an issue with it. It's a little odd, but I have an issue with it.
Well, he's got to make up for the fact that Leo Rush is there to talk for him.
There's nobody to say his name, right? So he has to say it for himself. But yeah, so Bobby Lashley starts talking shit. He brings up Miz's dad. Miz don't like it. They have another match. There you go. But then Shane comes out of fucking nowhere. Shane comes out, and come to find out, the Shane Miz feud is not over. And Shane fucking like head scissor code of silence. If anybody gets that reference to fucking Carmella, that nobody knows he has that fucking move. But Shane like head scissor like, you know, chokes out Miz and like basically kind of takes a selfie or some shit, something like that. I think he did it. But what I did think was funny though was when he like started talking about Miz and he like put Miz's dad up on the fucking screen and then kept the fucking picture up forever.
Yeah, they just kept
like,
it.
Hey, dog, we get it. Take it down, like.
And it funny looking dad.
I'd say it was the most derpy like face his dad has made. Like he couldn't get a better picture. I mean, it is his enemy, so of course not. But it was just like they picked the worst picture of his dad to put up there.
Got a funny looking dad. Like I saw an episode. I saw a little bit of an episode of Miz and Mrs. a couple of weeks back. It was like Miz talking about doing fantasy football with his friends, and their trophy is a championship belt because you know, of course it is. But the belt is called the George, and it's literally like some other derpy picture of his dad.
I'm not gonna talk about his dad is funny looking or not, but I'm gonna say the picture.
You can be funny looking and it not be an insult.
How is that not an insult to say somebody's funny looking?
It's a
goddamn.
It's not funny looking.
I mean,
I take pride in being funny looking. I make people laugh with my face.
Okay, but I'm just saying. fuck are we doing? Anyway, so Bobby Lashley ended up winning, and then like I said, Shane came out, and so he just like knocked him unconscious. So this is not over, and he challenged them to a match, and they're gonna have a steel cage, which should be good. Because I guess Shane was like, I want a Hell in a Cell so bad, but I've done so many of those. So let me do a cell that's not a cell. I can still jump off shit. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Cage match? I can jump off that. All right.
Nobody can say it's a cell. The Viking Raiders. The Viking Raiders. They ended up again whooping the ass of the Lucha House Party. Lucha House Party. Everybody forgot about y'all. Welcome back to the main roster. Thanks for being cannon fodder for these guys. Cool.
At least it wasn't under Lucha House rules. That was a stupid time.
What the fuck was that? I heard something about that. What was that shit?
Oh, yeah. When Lucha House Party first was just thrown together as a group, they were used to make fun of the Revival for like 2 months. Where every week the Revival come out for a match against the Lucha House Party, and right before the match starts, it's like, by the way, this match will be fought under Lucha House rules. Meaning all 3 members. Well, it pretty much meant that the Lucha House Party could cheat against the Revival, and the Lucha House Party was presented as the faces in this.
No, I'm saying, so what does that mean then?
Well, for the majority of the time, it's, hey, that means it gets to be a handicap match. 3-on-2. Or, oh, they can do this, that, and the other. I don't know. They pretty much a stipulation that clearly gives the Lucha House Party the advantage. Okay. And then the Revival lose, and we're supposed to make fun of the Revival for losing a match that was unfair to them to begin with.
Right.
And we're supposed to boo the Revival in this, despite the obvious cheating that the Lucha House Party is doing.
Kind of like what you just said with the fucking Usos, where it's like, like they did invade their privacy.
Yeah, well, there's that. But at least if they had a match, it's not under Uso penitentiary rules where the Revival have to have their hands handcuffed behind their back the entire time as if they're being incarcerated. The Usos beat the shit out of them, and then you're like, haha, stupid Revival, you can't win against the Usos.
No shit, right? The Viking Raiders won with the Viking experience. That ain't going away. Speaking of,
laugh every time.
I'll say, me too. Speaking of Vince doing shit to be like, fuck you. That is a fuck you to the internet. It is.
From the War Machine to the War Raiders to the Viking experience to the Viking Raiders.
War Machine was Indies, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, but still, the team went from War Machine to War. We can't call you the War Machine. We'll call you the War Raiders. Okay, that works. All right, you're the Viking experience.
You can't say War Raiders on the main roster. I mean, not War. We can't say War on the main roster. Apparently,
but
rumors, but that's what I've heard.
But Raw.
Well, there's a lot of shit they used to do they don't do.
Raw is war.
There's a lot of shit they used to do they don't do back in the day. So I'll give them that.
Raw is war.
They haven't said Raw is war in a long time. So I'll give them that. They changed a lot of shit. The FU became the attitude adjustment.
Well,
as much as played a little bit of devil's advocate on this one. So then Alexa Bliss, moment of bliss. She announced the female competitors. I knew she was gonna announce herself as the last one.
Oh yeah.
I thought it a mile a fucking way.
The more she milked it, there's someone backstage now hoping to hear their name, and they ain't gonna because it's me.
I knew it before the segment really even got going. And her milking it, I was like, let's see, who is like available that's somewhat prominent and would be good in this match? And then I was like, after I started naming like Naomi, and I was like, I don't know who else they fucking got on Raw that's like female and would be good in the match. Alexa, definitely. Who else? Well, the other two besides Naomi and Alexa are Natalya, and Dana Brooke.
You know what that means?
What's that mean?
Pretty much means Sasha's gone. Like, it's official. Sasha ain't coming back.
Because Sasha's not in the match.
That you know damn well that spot was supposed to be for Sasha, and they're like, fine, just throw Dana in there.
That spot was supposed to be for Sasha. Bruh, and then fucking Natalia and Dana Brooke got on the mic and they gave them time, which basically like reinforced why Natalia and Dana Brooke don't get mic time. I love you ladies, but I mean, come on. And then, I mean, let's just be honest. Compared to Alexa Bliss, even if you think Alexa Bliss is like that good or not, compared to Alexa Bliss, it really showed. So, like, come on. And so Naomi, Natalia, Dana Brooke, Alexa Bliss for fucking the Raw females. Two heels, question mark, and two faces? Because it might be 4 fucking faces as far as women go.
Who?
Dana Brooke, Natalia, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, that might be 4 faces. Well, Alexa Bliss is a heel. She's like really
Bliss is a heel that gets cheered.
She's really tween status, a lot of tween status, but she's like more heel. But as far as
Brooke is definitely heel. Naomi's face and Natalia is also a face.
And then Naomi, Alexa Bliss had a match. Alexa Bliss was like, "I'm not dressed to compete." I thought she was gonna like go get dressed, come back. She's not. So the whole thing, she was playing into the fact that her shoes weren't untied. She kept like half-ass, piss-poor tying the fuck out of them bitches. But anyway, but then so she pulled the shoes off, which gave Naomi the upper hand. Split leg moonsault, rear view split leg moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Naomi won. Okay. Like I said, then Steel Cage was that, whatever. And then we get the latest episode of Firefly Funhouse, which this is some weird shit.
And I'm okay with it.
I'm not saying I don't like it. I love it, but goddamn if it ain't fucking weird. Now, give me one more week, and then I want this to go somewhere. I don't want like 4 or 5 just episodes. I want.
I'd rather 4 or 5 episodes of this, as long as they keep you going, what the fuck is going on? Okay. As opposed to the other thing that we've had like 4 or 5 weeks in a row now that I'm tired of, and we'll get to.
I'm not sure what you're getting at.
However, Rambling Rabbit, let me tell you something. For people,
you wonder who the rabbit was. There you go.
For the people who week 1 when this happened, and he showed up, were like, "Oh, they ruined Bray. He's not scary anymore." Let me tell you something. A, you don't understand the difference between scary and creepy. This is fucking creepy.
It's creepy. It's not scary. It's creepy. True. 2,
the second freaking Rambling Rabbit came on the screen, and he's like, "Oh, he's like, Rambling Rabbit," and he's like, "Rambling Rabbit." My roommate's cat got up and ran across the fucking room. No lie.
Animals know what's up.
He fucking ran and hid under a table. Okay, and they say animals know the animals can sense evil better than humans can. And Mr. Fuzzums knew right off the bat that rabbit was no good. Okay.
Everybody was wondering what was. And I looked. You said there's hands around the rabbit's neck. It's a scarf.
It's just a scarf. Yeah. I noticed it this week. But like I said, I was told that's what it was. I didn't examine the picture.
But no. So everybody was like, "What's up with the bunny and the rabbit?" There you go. It's a fucking mangy ass, fucking rabbit stuffed animal shit. That was fucking weird. And then, so it was. A lot of people said they couldn't hear the name of the witch. It was Abby, which has to be a play off of Sister Abby.
Oh, it's definitely. You got the buzzard. You got Abby. And now whatever the fuck Rambling Rabbit's a reference to.
And it's Mercy the Buzzard, which people say Mercy the Buzzard is based off of Waylon Mercy, or a nod to Waylon Mercy, which they say Bray got his original gimmick from. So Mercy. And then and it's supposed to be originally from Cape Fear with Robert De Niro, which I haven't seen Robert De Niro. I haven't seen that movie, but apparently it's amazing. But no, this whole thing was fucking weird. And then he said, "Yeah, that's a sociopath, right?" And he spelled out sociopath, but all like kids TV show-ish.
Like the whole idea is it's like Pee-wee's Funhouse Blues Clues.
Shit, yeah. And then he fucking showed this is a picture I've been painting that shows my inner feelings, and it was like a house on fire with somebody in the shit
and screaming.
And then we said, all you have to do is let me in.
I love that as the catchphrase. Remember, I'll light the way for you. All you have to do is let me Bye, everybody.
I'm like, no, why'd you just switch like that, bro?
He did it last week, too. That's his catchphrase at the end. That's how he ends the segments. He's like, and remember, I'll light the way. All you have to do is let me in.
It's like, yo, I'm not letting you in. If anything, I'm locking the fucking door. Like, the hell?
GT the fuck FO.
That shit is scary. Like I said, give me like maybe one or two more of these and then, come out. I don't want a whole lot of these, but I do like.
Well, it doesn't need to go full on Emelina or Lacey Evans.
True.
But it can go a little bit longer.
True. Speaking of Lacey Evans, Becky Lynch in the ring talking shit about Charlotte and Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans
at the start of her theme.
Was there at the start of her theme?
That's how Lacey Evans' theme starts. It's like.
Oh, it's just a guitar riff. It's a guitar riff.
Not a guitar. I don't know what the fuck that
or
is.
Something.
It's like a fucking.
You got a problem with that, but you can't
horn?
hear. You got a problem with that, but you can't hear the pew pew in fucking Ricochet's theme.
No, I can't. And if it does, whatever. He has lasers that like shine on him whenever he comes out anyway. There, lasers. That makes sense. I can tell you why there's a pew pew. I cannot tell you why there's a honk honk with this stupid.
Music. It's Southern-esque. Like the music got like a Southern feel to it. She's a sassy Southern belle. The fuck? But no,
like Lacey Evans. It's a gimmick.
I'll say the Pum Pum shit, like real quick. I saw something on wrestling shit, and they were saying that it's like a bullet or something bouncing off of shit, like ricocheting. So that's what it could be.
Could also.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, Lacey Evans comes out, interrupts, and they brawl or whatever, because she was like, she's doing this whole thing about being a Southern belle, and since Becky Lynch is the man, she keeps talking about just like a man and all this shit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not fully on board with this like feud, but I kind of like that. If you're gonna go all in, they're going all in. And as dumb as it kind of is, she's like, yeah, just like a man, just to do this, because it's going with the whole like, I'm being the like standard woman, so to speak, quote unquote shit, just like a man to do this. So now I gotta teach you a lesson. So I was like, okay. And they kept on brawling, and the brawl wasn't that bad. I like it better if the brawl is broken up by officials and not broken up by the fucking locker roam. So they breaking it up with officials. So I mean, it added a little more to this shit. Okay.
No, that wasn't bad. I just don't like Lacey's gimmick. Or her finisher.
We've talked about the finisher. She needs to switch her finisher.
It needs to be the fucking turnaround moonsault thing.
Yeah. Now I will say though that I like, I don't hate Lacey's gimmick. What I hate about Lacey's gimmick is that she leans so far into that accent.
That's not a good one.
To the point where, it ends up not being that good.
That's probably why I hate it. Because she doesn't sound Southern.
And you can tell
she sounds like someone trying to pretend to be Southern.
Exactly. You can tell that she's like leaning into it to the point where like she's over exaggerating it, and you can tell she's purposely over exaggerating it. More so than like not knowing what she's doing. She's purposely like over exaggerating that shit. But no, this was good. Build some more heat to this shit since it did kind of happen out of nowhere. But yeah, Ryder and Hawkins beat the Revival. I don't really remember how this shit fucking like really ended or too much of it, but it's nice that they won. And during the match, you did hear the crowd chant like "shave your back" and all that shit. So apparently, it's a thing now. Who knew? Good job, Usos? Question mark.
I mean, that's how it works, right? You're told to boo someone enough.
The crowd.
Start booing them.
Remember the crowd used to organically chant "shave your back" at Albert back in the day because he was hairy as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was funny. Sami Zayn came out, started talking about psychological entitlement, and the crowd is like psychologically entitled to things like that, which is why he doesn't want to give them, what they ask for.
Oh, is that what he was talking about? Because that's when I fell asleep.
I mean, I'm gonna say this. I like Sami. I think Sami's amazing on the mic. I like Sami. but it is like this segment was not that good. Last week's segment, fuck you, last week's segment was good. This week's segment was not that good.
I just want someone to come out and interrupt it. But you want to talk about rumors and stuff. Apparently, Sami Zayn's whole thing, and the reason no one's interrupting him is because it's Vince says kind of fuck you to the audience for trying to tell him how to run his show.
Oh, so he's using Sami as a vessel to say fuck us.
Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious.
That's what the rumors say. However, it's really not a good idea to tell people who are already not interested in your show that they're stupid for watching this show week in and week out.
True. If you want to, well, because speaking of which, like I heard from Big Bro that apparently the third hour of Raw was apparently like the worst ratings WWE's had like ever, like 1.8 million, like it dropped to that low, and apparently SmackDown was like 1.8 the whole show. So yeah, ratings have been dropping and dropping and dropping, and within the last like 2 years, last year it's been getting worse and worse and worse rapidly.
Well, to be fair to the ratings right now, yes, we just admitted the shows are bad, whatever. AEW fans go jack off in a corner somewhere. But
what the fuck? Okay.
The other thing going on right now is the NBA playoffs are going on.
True.
So there's options to watch. It's like going, hey, football season started. Monday Night Raw's ratings are going down. The show's terrible. But they're watching Monday Night Football.
True. This is true.
But were you not ready for some football?
Right. Were you not ready, like, to party? Right. Rey Mysterio ended up going over on Samoa Joe this time, and Dominic was there. Dominic, like, all grown up and shit. Fucking crazy. I was there with my big bro. We were there in 2005 for SummerSlam when he had that custody of Dominic match with Eddie Guerrero. You know, the whole, like, when we were there live, we didn't know, but the whole where the fuck is Vicky shit?
Yeah.
Which, like, rest in peace, Eddie Guerrero, man. But, like, yeah, like, we were there. We didn't know, because he was just buying time doing crazy shit. So we in the audience, we were like, hell yeah. Keep jumping off shit.
He was so fucking mad.
and he made no like pretenses, no tries to cover up, no shit. He was like loud as shit. What the fuck?
He was so pissed
because they kept having to do crazy shit.
Yeah,
like I said, we were thoroughly entertained live because we didn't know he was saying that shit. Come to find out, she was fucking up. He's supposed to try to push her off a ladder or some shit and came out late as hell. But
yeah,
no,
you're supposed to like interrupt him, like getting the top thing or something like that.
Like a while
he kept having to get knocked off.
Right. He was like falling off, getting hurt. What the fuck was Vicky? He was mad as shit. And understandably so. I mean, I gotta say.
That's why it's funny, because you understand the rage.
Right. Because they couldn't just stand there and look at each other. Him like stand on the ladder and just like hold a pose and just like Ray just like stand there like a statue until Vicky came out like fucking 5-10 minutes later. Like, no. So
and they're both veterans, so they know that that's what you shouldn't be doing.
And they both are like, high flyers, so they like, well, we got to keep jumping off shit in this fucking ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
We already did crazy shit, so we got to one up. Because again, veterans, they know to tell the story. So yeah. Anyway, Dominic, all grown up, fucking put his dad on his shoulders and shit. I was like, okay, Dominic, all right, what's good? Because like I said, last time I saw Dominic, he was a young ass boy.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, and then AJ Styles, Seth Rollins had a contract signing for Money in the Bank, and
I also fell asleep during that.
I didn't fall asleep during it, but when I said that, I started looking at shit on my computer and like half like paid attention.
I guess to be fair to the show, I was on like 3 hours of sleep.
But this was not.
Nonetheless, I'm usually on like 3 to 4 hours of sleep on a Monday, and so this did not help.
And he put Seth Rollins through the table with a phenomenal forearm. Which first time I seen somebody go through a table with a phenomenal forearm, like jumped up, springboard, like came down in his like weight.
The real Superman punch. I mean, it's the same thing, but he jumps off the rope and actually goes flying at you.
And then the Superman punch. If we look at kayfabe, Superman punch supposed to be a punch. Phenomenal forearm supposed to be a forearm like hit.
Mm-hmm. The real Superman.
But it is pretty much it's the same shit. Okay, SmackDown. We up into SmackDown. Michael Cole is on SmackDown, interviewing Kofi Kingston about his climb to win the title, him winning the title, and what happened between him and Kevin Owens. Now, I will say, I love Kofi, but I don't know if it was the crowd, because the crowd there, again, I hate to be the one to blame crowds, so I'm not trying to do that, but the crowd there did seem like they weren't as enthused as like...
They were not. It was not.
Just throughout the show, whether it was good or bad, like they just weren't. But Kofi, like just talking, and I've seen Kofi do better on the mic, but this segment in particular, definitely Kofi just talking was just like not giving me as much like energy and shit as I like hoped. I don't know if that's me, if that's him, if that's perception of the crowd, and I was influenced by that. If that's
just see where you're coming from.
One segment, but I was like, "Yo, Kofi, like
he tried. He tried to give energy, but again, the crowd was not reacted to. I will say,
go ahead.
Sometimes crowd response of any regard helps. Like
it does. As
like
much
you feed off of that stuff. Does. Like being entertaining is up to the people on stage, but it's hard to be entertaining when the crowd doesn't let you know whether or not.
Well,
and I say this as a streamer who has had numerous streams where nobody was watching or chatting, and it gets to the point where it's like, okay, people go, hey, how do I be more entertaining on stream? Well, you got to engage the chat and make sure the chat, is cool and talk with them.
Ain't nobody to engage, right?
If there ain't no chat, or even if you see that technically somebody's watching, you try to be like, hey, anybody out there, you guys want to talk about stuff? No one says stuff. It's like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep repeating myself like, oh, I dropped that combo, or I hit that combo, or hell, forget that I'm streaming altogether because I'm not talking to anybody.
Yeah.
But it's just an idea. It's just a thing. Or better yet, if you're practicing lines or something, for instance, it's easier to practice lines with someone else in the room.
Because you have somebody to bounce it off of,
Because you bounce it off of them, especially if that person's also who you're going to be saying the lines to in person.
Right.
So you have a lot more energy just because there's more feedback of some kind of regard.
Well, like with both of us, being actors and whatnot, more so like stage experience, you definitely, about the instant gratification of the audience. And when you have those shows where the audience is dead, no, you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Where you do everything the same way, but something about the audience like being dead, it's like, I was just talking with one of my friends earlier today, actually. It's just like, am I doing? And you don't want to blame the audience, but you definitely will do a better show if the audience is more engaged.
Yeah,
it just naturally happens. It's a give and take. So
like
again,
he was trying. It was some on him and some on the audience, but I can't tell how energetic he was perceived because I could tell he was trying. But
True.
The audience just was like, nah, feel like
they were like that through the whole show, whether it was good or bad. They were like that through the whole show.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like I said, not to talk about them, but that's definitely like just facts. And then all of a sudden, Kevin Owens comes out, starts talking some shit to Kofi and whatnot. So then Xavier Woods comes out, and Xavier Woods like starts whooping trying to whoop KO's ass, but then speaking of asses getting whooped, Kevin Owens whoops Xavier's ass. Runs away before Kofi can get to him. So there you go. And then we revisit that later in the night. But yeah. Then the way they announced the competitors on SmackDown compared to Raw. It's like, yeah, Bayley, go ahead and fight Becky Lynch not for the title. Even though you'll be in the Money in the Bank, after you could have had the match last week, it's just like, Bayley, they don't care. I'm sorry. They just, like, the fuck is this? Bayley's in the Money in the Bank. If she wins, I'm going to be shocked as fuck. Because when we do our predictions, unless something changes within the next 2 weeks, I don't have Bayley winning right now. Fuck no. Unless something changes within the next 2 weeks. And like I said, the way they're doing is, yeah, Bayley, go ahead and have this match, like last week, and now have a match against the person who has the title and lose, as we don't properly announce that you're gonna be in the match anyway. Just fuck, man, whatever. So Bayley does her little Macho Man. Shout out to Randy Savage, elbow. Becky counters it, disarmer. Here comes Charlotte Flair. They brawl. Whoop de fucking do. I got quiet in case you had something to say. Never mind. Moving on.
I agree.
I was saying, what is there to say? Right. I like what they're doing with Aleister Black. Again, if it goes somewhere. How you feel about the Aleister Black stuff, Pete?
Interesting.
If it goes somewhere.
Yeah, I will say something about like our pessimistic vibes of this whole if it goes somewhere thing. Someone brought up something about WWE nowadays, and it's like that they forgot how to do long form narratives because they just keep doing matches and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I hear that and I'm like, you got a point. But then I turn around and then I'm like, where's this thing going? Hurry up and get to the resolution. You know? Some of it's on the short attention span of the watchers.
True. That's why I call us armchair bookers, because, as much as we are voicing our opinion, at the end of the day, we don't know how to book this shit. So this is very true. Like, and I say that, you never want to insult your audience's intelligence, but sometimes you do have to tell the audience what they want. So it's a little bit of both. So I definitely agree it is on short attention span of it. But what I like about the Aleister Black stuff is it hasn't gotten corny yet. And
I mean, it's literally been 2 segments.
No, what I mean is it hasn't gotten corny, and I like that they split up him and Ricochet, and he hasn't been forgotten about. Even though he's not wrestling, he hasn't been forgotten about. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, they want to make him actually what his character was.
Exactly. I thought it was weird that he said, this might be just me, but I thought it was weird that he made black a 2-syllable word at the end. I even played it back because I was like, okay. Fade to black. I was like, okay. I played that back because I was like, did I hear that right? But anyway, that's just me. Hardy Boys have to give up the titles because the rumors about Jeff having a serious ankle injury or whatever, or leg injury, whatever the fuck, are actually true. Jeff apparently is really fucked up, so they had to relinquish the titles. But before they could relinquish the titles, and all I thought about was Pete with the Over 40 Club, Lars Sullivan. If you over 40, Lars Sullivan is whooping your ass.
I mean, they blame the injury on Sullivan, and he's like coming out to finish it off.
Which is nice to keep Sullivan built up.
Yeah, it works.
If you want to make him a scary motherfucker that's whooping ass, I just think it's funny that you talk about the Over 40 Club.
I mean,
what was it? It was Ray, Truth, both Hardys now. Who else? Kurt, yeah, that's it. It's Ray, Truth, both Hardys, and Kurt. So the Over 40 Club, he's like, bruh, if you over 40 and you still actively wrestling, I'm beating your ass.
Over 40, you stay your ass out that ring.
Pretty much. And I love that his finisher is called the Freak Accident.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
That big ass pick you up swing slam shit. Perfect.
Speaking of people with finishers with names and stuff.
Not the not the power bomb, the other one. What were you gonna say?
What's the name of Braun Strowman's finisher?
It's fucking power slam or some shit. Power bomb.
So it's the running power slam.
Yeah.
Why has he been using this move for 3 years and it not gotten an actual name yet?
I don't know, bruh. That's a good question. Kevin Owens got the fucking pop-up power bomb. They ain't named that bitch. So But no, I agree with you. But I mean, then you got motherfuckers like Xavier Woods and New Day collectively. They have finishers that people don't know what they're called. Apparently, Xavier Woods has a finisher called like Walk in the Woods or something like that.
Yeah, he has Walk in the Woods. He's got the
but
honor
nobody
roll.
does. But nobody does. He doesn't do it, so nobody knows. Like,
well, yeah, because he's not a singles competitor anymore.
At the same time, people don't know that they got the finisher called Up Up Down Down.
Well, because it was called the Midnight Hour for 4 years, and then they changed it to Up Up Down Down.
True, but did anybody know that it was called the Midnight Hour?
I did.
Oh, okay. And then when we talked about the lie detector, I feel like most people didn't even know that Truth had a move called the lie detector.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, so yeah, speaking of Truth tried to come out and like this shit made Lars Sullivan look so tough, which was like actually good. Truth tried to hit him with a chair, he shrugged it off. Then he tried to hit him again. Motherfucker punched it. He punched that shit. I know his hand, his fist was hurt like shit when he went in the back. But no, that was good. So yeah, and he basically again like you said, the over 40 club, like he just whooping ass. That's all I'm gonna think about now when I see Lars Sullivan and like when he beats people up. Mm-hmm. Asuka and Kairi Sane defeated some random female jobbers. Alicia Fox's cousin and fucking what Corey Graves said. Did you hear Corey Graves say this is Poison Ivy's lesser known twin Sumac? Yeah. I was like, bro, you are wrong as fuck. That was wrong, Corey. Funny but wrong, bro. Mm-hmm. The mashup between Asuka and Kairi Sane's music. It's typical bullshit mashup music. I didn't hate it though. I did not hate it. The fact
and they had a couple cool spots as a team in the match too.
Well, I was gonna say them coming out at the same time proved to me why their entrances work better solo. But yeah, and Iconics on commentary. Normally, when the people on commentary are being annoying, I hate it. But I like the Iconics, and like don't call the matches or whatever. I kind of hate it. I like the Iconics not calling the match and just being annoying. It worked.
Well, I mean, that's their entire character is being
annoying. I mean, normally I get mad about it. This time I liked it.
I'm just saying, like, their entire character is being annoying. You liked it when Carmella was on commentary, too.
I did.
And not say anything, because her entire character is being annoying.
Exactly. Again, too, like, fucking Byron Saxton, anytime the heels, they just shit all over Byron. They were shitting over Tom Phillips this time, too, but it's just like, God damn, Byron, come on. Like, Byron gets it fucking worse. They both got it, but fuck. Like, Jesus.
Byron, he just got the role of being the guy everybody shits on week in and week out. Thanks to fucking JBL. Shut up, Byron! Shut up, Byron! Shut up, Byron!
Fucking the Iconics, when the Iconics come out, they said like, good to see you, Corey. The other two not so much. I'm like, God damn. Like, that set the tone. But yeah, so then it was over and the Iconics talked some shit and then it, ended that. The one with the Insane Elbow, which I mean, Insane Elbow is beautiful, named appropriately, besides just the play on words, named appropriately. Finn Balor, Ali, and Andrade, and Randy Orton, randomly, haven't seen him in a second, but welcome back, Randy, are going to be the male competitors in the Money in the Bank. Two heels, faces, There you go. But I mean, if we want to see spectacular, moves and whatnot done in a Money in the Bank, we got 4 of the best people to be picked for that. Mm-hmm. Finn Balor, Ali, Andrade, and Randy Orton. Like, we got 4 of the best people to be picked for that shit. Mm-hmm. I don't think we have an outright big man for this Money in the Bank. Braun. Okay. Braun is the only big man. There we go. So good. Okay, about to say big man. Good. I'm tripping. Well, it's because Braun got so lean that I forgot. No, I'm joking. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville basically were in the bag and had a friend moment.
That's what I was gonna say. That's the story. That's the closest thing we have to somebody like there being a storyline involving people getting in the match.
That was kind of dumb.
And I'm pretty sure Sonya Deville is gonna stop Mandy from getting that belt.
You think they're gonna break up?
Based on that whole setup, because that's wrestling like heel team 101. We're heels. Everybody, we hate everybody except each other. Oh man, we both got the opportunity to the match. You know what, buddy?
Fuck
you.
Take it.
Right. You know what, buddy? You take it. You've earned it. Really? Yeah. Fuck you, bitch! You didn't earn shit. Fucking picked over me. Thought you was better than me? I'll show you, stupid ass bitch. You're the reason Paige doesn't want us to put that solution back together. Yeah.
This is my house. Right.
Welcome to my house, bitch. This isn't your house. I don't know how to song this.
But yo, I think that Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville need more match time, screen time, whatever. So honestly, if this starts Becky Lynch, Charlotte-ish type of dissension in the ranks, but on the heel side, let's get it. I really want to see some more from both of them, but I think Mandy Rose they're both good, during segments and whatnot. They're both good in the ring. I think Sonya Deville is better in the ring, and Mandy Rose is better during segments. So
maybe.
So yeah. Then we got. Speaking of Superman Punch, the Superman Punch felt around the world. I'm done. It's over. All right, podcast done. All right, if you need to make it audible, call it in the ring. Bye, y'all. What the fuck? Superman. Okay. All right. The Superman. I can't even say it again. Superman Punch felt around the world. That they had been advertising pretty much since the start of the show. So then Roman comes out and he starts talking, which I know Pete hated because they gave him a lot of fucking talk time, and he was just talking his ass off. And then he got interrupted by Shane, and then Shane was like, "Oh, by the way, these guys that everybody liked, you remember them? Yeah, they're fucking heels now. Welcome back to B Team." And then help me out here, Pete.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck you got a special guest referee enforcer if there's a fucking referee already?
Because he's a guest referee enforcer.
That's fucking stupid. Then why the fuck did he have a striped fucking shirt on?
Because he's a special guest referee enforcer.
That's fucking stupid. That was dumb. Fuck that shit. No. That ref shouldn't have been in there. Because what the fuck is he enforcing? He ain't enforcing a goddamn thing.
Sure,
Elias was not. He could have been the man.
His will on the opponents.
All he did was go in there and he started counting one time and they got interrupted. But other than that one time we went in there and started counting, Elias didn't do shit that a normal manager wouldn't fucking do. Take that fucking striped tank top the fuck off.
But it also,
just be the manager.
The striped tank top gave him the right to do whatever the fuck he want and not have it be a disqualification. Because he's the ref.
So then why the fuck wasn't he just a special guest referee?
Because they wanted the action. He's the enforcer. Two different positions. You got the referee and you got the referee enforcer.
So the enforcer is above the ref?
No, it's not below him either. Well, I mean, physically he's below him because he's outside the ring.
No, I mean on a hierarchy. On a hierarchy scale.
Well, no, they're about even. Just two separate jobs.
Then how come we never have
your point guard and your shooting guard? They're both guards, but they both provide different things to the thing.
How come
you got your line judge and then your end zone ref. Both are referees. They just look at different aspects of it.
Then how come we never have enforcers any other time?
Because it's not special. That's what makes it special, Jazz.
Shut up!
That's what makes him a special guest.
That's what makes it special. Fuck you.
That's what makes him a special guest.
On that note, moving the fuck on. Fucking. So Roman Reigns won despite the odds. Who knew? Superman punched everybody, speared fucking Curtis Axel. 1, 2, 3 over. Then again, we have fucking faces versus heels of the male competitors. Finn Balor and Ali go against Randy Orton and Andrade. Fucking Zelina Vega was looking good, but anyway, fucking Ali ends up getting the pin with a 450. That wasn't an 054 because the 054 is facing the other way. It's 450. If I'm not mistaken. But anyway, so he ends up getting the pin on him. After the match, Randy Orton hit an RKO on Finn Balor.
Because Wendy's gonna Wendy.
Because he's fucking Randy goddamn Orton. And then Ali, kicked him out of the ring and, gold faces, yay. Then we get the last announcement. Carmella and fucking Ember Moon are the two final, SmackDown women's entrants in the Money in the Bank. The way they fucking announced these people, it was bad enough on Raw to just announce them, but SmackDown, it was just like, oh, by the way, we almost forgot. Like, fuck, man.
Like, oh, yeah, the women.
Right. But yeah, so Ember Moon is gonna be in it. The She-Nom is gonna be in it. And she started talking basically some forgetful shit. And then Carmella started talking. What she was saying sounded pretty heel-ish. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I could be mistaken, but I'm thinking Carmella might turn heel by the end of this. I don't know. I could very well be mistaken. Probably. But what she was saying, because the whole, Mella is money, Mella is money was her heel run. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Dance Break was face Carmella when she teamed up with R-Truth. But Mella is money and all that, I won and, I beat Charlotte and forget how I did it. You know what I'm saying? All that shit.
Mella is money. It was also because she had the money in the bank.
But exactly. But no, what I'm saying when she was talking about I won, forget how it happened. Mm. That's heel talk. Forget how it happened. I just did it by myself. No help. That's heel shit. Mm. And I think that Dance Break and, Carmella with her and R-Truth, that was nice, but some people just do better work as heels. They don't do bad as faces, they're better as heels. Some people are better as faces. They don't do bad as heels, but they're better as faces, Like Ric Flair.
But he's a face.
Ric Flair is a great face. A much better heel. Edge, great face. Much better heel. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I'm not even sure Rick was ever a face. I think Rick has always been a heel.
Well, he definitely got cheered like a motherfucker.
People just cheer for him.
Who else? Rock. Rock was a good heel, but I mean, you can't deny that Rock is a face. So it's shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then Ember Moon is in this match. Her with Bayley, they care about her less than Bayley, and they don't care about Bayley. So there you go. And then moving on to the last segment, we had the KO show. Kevin Owens talking about all the bells and whistles are going because that wasn't me and fuck all that shit. And he was he was gonna whoop Xavier Woods' ass and then have him on the show.
Yeah,
it's funny because that's just asshole-ish, bruh. Come on. Mm-hmm. He didn't come out. He talked to the action figures, talked all this shit. Then all of a sudden, Kofi Kingston comes out and is like, bruh, we're talking about my boys like that. And then there you go.
Yeah, do you really want an example that the crowd just was not the right type of crowd?
Yeah.
This motherfucker comes out, stares him down, no nonsense talks, just takes off the fucking... He does all the right motions. He stares him down, the slow just take off the fucking vest, and then charge down, and he still barely gets anybody carrying. That's just a bad crowd.
And like I said, I hate to talk shit about the crowd because you can do what you want, but it was come on, yo.
Because that is face 101. That is sped up face 101. If you hurt my friends, hurt my pride, and all that. Fucking John Cena, peak Cena. I mean, he's not a good friend, so it's really hard to use him as an example. But still, if he came out there and he starts taking off the hat and the T-shirt and all the heels laughing about, I pushed Zack Ryder off the fucking stage while he's in a wheelchair. He's like, well, I made out with his girlfriend, but only I'm allowed to mess with my friend.
That shit. I remember that shit. That was funny when he pushed him off that fucking ramp and he just face planted in that fucking wheelchair with that neck brace and shit. Blah, I remember that bullshit.
And then Cena makes that up to him by making out with his girlfriend.
Well, I was saying, and then when
Cena's the best friend ever.
When they cut to them at the ambulance and they cut too early, so you saw Eve get in the ambulance,
yeah,
and then drive off and hop out. I was like, ooh, y'all fucked up. You saw the stagehand with the script gesture, get in now. Well, I'm like, yeah, they fucked up. But no, that was a shitty. That was basically Zack Ryder. Bad Zack, never get over on your own again. Bad Zack, basically.
Yeah, but the bottom line is, if he come out or, Stone Cold comes out and just fucking... Any face comes out and they're fed up with the heel shit, the crowd usually pops oh shit, he ain't even ready to talk. He ain't even ready to talk. He's gonna fucking kick some ass. And he went in there, kicked his ass, made Kevin run.
Escaped through the crowd. The heel ran through the crowd. Wrestler in the crowd, and the crowd didn't go that crazy. So yeah. So as it stands, it looks like Money in the Bank is done. We have 8 matches that have been announced, and I like that we have 8 matches announced already. So let's just build these matches up, get this story like going, as opposed to what they usually do, where they have like the matches built up a week out. Sometimes the matches built up on the go home is when they finish the card. So we got the matches built up 2 weeks out. So we got 2 weeks to build this shit up before Money in the Bank. I like that. But as it stands, we have Becky Lynch. I knew she was going to wrestle twice. Becky Lynch wrestling Lacey Evans for the Raw Women's Championship, and then Charlotte same night for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Seth Rollins is wrestling AJ Styles for the Universal. We have Roman Reigns versus Elias. Elias looks getting what's the word I'm looking for? Getting like push and so to speak, like the McMahons are in his corner. We have Kofi Kingston with the WWE Championship against Kevin Owens, and The Miz and Shane in the steel cage, keeping that feud going. And then the Money in the Bank participants, women are Natalya, Dana Brooke, Naomi, Alexa Bliss from Raw, Bayley, Mandy Rose, Ember Moon, and Carmella from SmackDown. And then men, we have Braun Strowman, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin from Raw, Ali, Finn Balor, Andrade, and Randy Orton from SmackDown. So there you go, as it stands. As it stands, of course, we will be making our predictions at a later day, like after the go home and whatnot, when it is solidified, this is what it will be. But as it stands, I want Becky 2 belts to stay Becky 2 belts, but if she loses one,
Becky no belts.
If she loses one, it'll most likely be to Charlotte. It's possible they'll push Lacey and give her one. I don't think she's ready, but if she loses one, it'll probably be to fucking Charlotte. I see fucking Kofi keeping it. I see probably Miz getting the victory to make it a 2 out of 3, so they have to wrestle again. Seth or AJ is a toss-up. 2 heavily cheered faces. They might give it to AJ. Roman is gonna beat Elias, but there will be shenanigans. And I don't know who I got for the fucking Money in the Banks, because that's down the road. You got anything you want to say, Pete, about that?
Not that you have Money in the Bank, not necessarily. And I do think it's interesting that the men's Money in the Bank match has, let's see, Braun, who's a former winner, Baron, who's a former winner.
Are
those the only 2 former winners?
Did Finn win?
No, I don't like giving Finn stuff.
And Randy didn't win, right?
He might have. It's Wendy.
Okay.
I could see him pulling a heel. I'm connected with management. Angle.
And then Alexa Bliss and Carmella are the former winners, and they're in the match for women, so because they've only had 2. Technically, they've had 3, but people try to.
Not only are Baron and Braun both former winners, they're both former winners who lost their cash-ins.
Who Braun lost his cash in? Who did he lose it to? I forgot.
Lesnar.
Oh shit! Okay.
Because Baron Corbin cost him.
Oh, okay, yeah. I hope that we don't have a cash in the same night, just because.
I think we will. I think that's how Becky. If Becky does win, and try to keep 2 belts, that's how she loses
both matches, and then somebody comes.
That's how she loses one.
So that way she doesn't look bad, like she won both matches, but then somebody does that. But the reason why I say that is because we've had so many same night cash-ins from WrestleManias to Money in the Banks that we should just have one where it just doesn't happen. Just because it's happened so many times. That's all I'm saying.
There's been a fair share where it hasn't as well, but yeah.
It's just it's happened so many times that it's expected.
Well, that is a fair statement. But another fair statement is to say, the second someone grabs that briefcase and it's theirs, it's always expected every time the fucking champ has a boo-boo.
True, but we all
know. Oh shit, where is it? Come on out, we know he's coming. Nah, we're into the show.
Or just pull a RVD and then like actually say flat out, I'm challenging you to a match on this day, and your opponent is like rested and ready to go.
I mean, that's what Braun eventually did with Brock, and then Baron screwed him over.
There you go. Right.
Actually, that's probably the worst way to do it.
Well, no, it is the worst way to do it if you want to like
Cena did
make
it and lost.
Yeah.
Like Cena did it that way and lost.
RVD lost,
Braun
I believe.
Did it that way and lost. Was that before or after Cena?
I don't remember. I could be wrong.
I want to say Cena's the first to actually lose it.
Because Edge was the first one. Well, Edge was the first winner, and that's when he got the nickname the Ultimate Opportunist, because he started the whole cash in after the match when the opponent is like fucked up thing. Because he had the briefcase for so long after the first one, when the briefcase looked like an actual fucking briefcase. He had the briefcase for so long after the first one, everybody kind of forgot about him having it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like cashed it in like out of fucking nowhere, and that's what threw him into being a main eventer from like just a regular. Yeah. No, Money in the Bank made Edge. Yeah, definitely. Edge, not that I'm saying Edge didn't deserve it. I'm not saying that, but it definitely like helped him, and that's where he got the nickname Ultimate Opportunist. All that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Final thoughts about this week, man. The internet is buzzing about how the shit was boring. And I mean, it's hard to deny it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I wanted to bring up a point to you while I got you. That
Go ahead.
I remember I was talking because I know you hate Baron Corbin because he's too wooden and stuff.
He's wooden as shit. In the ring, he's good.
Here's my thing. Like, get in the ring. And as far as on the mic and stuff, I still don't mind it. And I know why WWE, and my roommate brought it up to me, why WWE is so high on him. He actually gets booed.
I was going to say, if you didn't say it, he gets the reaction. He gets the reaction.
So he's doing something right. Because you got to understand, like, how hard it is for heels to get booed nowadays.
Consistently, too.
Like, it is really hard. Because the better you are as a heel, eventually the crowd just starts cheering for you. Like Elias. Elias will say stuff that works as a heel, and he'll get the boo, but they'll immediately fucking cheer him right afterwards. With the walk with Elias and shit.
I told you the thing with Elias is the fact that I love Elias, but him egging the crowd on to chant with him is like just kind of like.
But at the same time,
it's a little like you want to get these boos, but then you're egging the crowd on to participate.
But at the same time,
not that I'm saying he's not doing his job.
His character is the delusional heel. He thinks everybody, like the character is supposed to be one that's hated and thinks everybody likes him. So yes, he's gonna egg the crowd on to say that because in his character's mind, everybody likes him anyway. He's the biggest rock star on the planet. Who wouldn't say this with me?
All I'm saying is
it's on the crowd to like actually be like WWE stands for boo.
I agree and I disagree at the same time with that. And the reason why I say that too is because, like, okay, for instance, we used to sing along with Shinsuke when he was face. Love the fuck out of that dude, his music. Second he turned heel, they stopped our ability to sing along by putting all these lyrics and shit over it in a language that majority of the people that watch can't fucking understand.
That has not stopped certain crowd.
Majority of the people don't sing along.
There are crowds that still sing along with it because
majority of people don't sing along like we used to.
Yeah, but the bottom
That's
line
all I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at.
The bottom line is I don't think Elias is doing that bad. And I'm not going to blame him.
I'm not saying he's doing bad.
I'm not going to blame him and say it's out of character for him to be egging the crowd on because
I'm not saying he's doing bad.
His character is delusional and thinks that.
Like Daniel Bryan, now that he's the new Daniel Bryan, he changed the name of his finishers from the Yes Lock back to what they were called, like LaBelle and shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because the crowd, and of course he doesn't do yes, but he doesn't do no either because the crowd would do that too. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
still chants no when he does his fucking kicks.
They still chant it, but he at least is making an effort not. That's all I'm saying. This is like very much take it with a grain of salt because I like Elias. I think he is doing a great job. But I'm just saying that to keep to prompt the crowd. That's the word I'm looking for. To prompt the crowd to say your catchphrase and then say "fuck you" right behind it is a little odd. That's all I'm saying.
Because I've already said I'm just talking in circles at this point.
We both kind of are.
It still makes sense to me that he would do that because
like I said,
of his mind. Like I feel like at some point it's on the crowd to like actually be like, no, we're not gonna play this game with you. You know what I mean?
Even like with Ryback, even though they shouldn't have done that, but with Ryback when they, they
tried to take away the feed me more thing.
But I'm saying they made him a heel, yeah. So they took away saying feed me more.
I get what you're
they
saying.
took the bright colors off. Yeah,
I get what you're saying, and that's why no one really liked like Bully Ryback, where he couldn't.
They shouldn't have done that to Ryback. They fucked him up.
No one liked that one because he didn't stay true to the character. Like he didn't have to, Yeah, he tried to change it to Ryback rules,
which was dumb as hell.
But it's just, I don't know. I think it works with the style of character that Elias is because he comes out every week, and it also works with the heel thing to get the crowd's anticipation up, and get them involved. Only to say "fuck you" and then damn it, we fell for it again. You know what I mean?
I mean, I see what you're saying with that, and that's why I said, again, I love the guy, but
it's like how my roommate would, while he's doing those long promos, take his hand out with the fishing line pantomime, come on.
Oh, okay,
come on.
I got you.
Come on. I got you. Pull them in.
Yes. But like I keep saying, the day that Elias turns face, whenever that happens, then that I think he'll be a great face.
Mm.
I think he makes a great heel, but I think he'll be a great face because he's so good at crowd control. His crowd control is on point, like a motherfucker. Mm. But yeah, no, just going back to the Baron Corbin thing real quick before we close this out. Like I said, I love the Baron Corbin reinvention with the look, clothes, shaved head, all that shit. I love he's great in the ring, and he gets the response he's supposed to get. But if I'm just being honest, that motherfucker wouldn't as shit on the mic, bro.
And I think it works for his character. Clearly,
I'm talking about him. I'm just talking about. I don't know the guy playing him personally. Of course not. Real name, whatever his real name is, and all that shit. Of course not. But I'm just talking about what I'm seeing. Nah, bro. Ugh.
I'm a fan. I'll say
I'm a fan of all.
I like Baron Corbin. I like him because his character's a fucking idiot, and it's the good kind of idiot. Again, the delusion to it, and the refusal to listen to anything other than anything telling you telling him that he's the best. And now he's got the fucking accolade shit that he does every time, where he's 4-time Golden Glove winner, which he actually is IRL. He has actual listed accolades just to remind people that you may hate me, but screw you, I'm actually a legit competitor. And then he tops it with the insert cities here's favorite son thing, which really pisses them off.
Which, real quick, the Baron Corbin thing and the Shane McMahon thing are pretty fucking similar.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah.
I like the Baron Corbin thing more than I like the Shane Best in the World thing. But probably just because even though Shane is a McMahon and can obviously pull off being heel, he is the face McMahon.
Usually the face McMahon is Shane. Vince is face or heel depending on just the decisions he makes.
Vince is face or heel depending on A, how long he's been away, and 2, what decisions he makes when he comes back.
Stephanie's always a heel.
Yeah, she is very rarely a face.
And then Shane...
She just has a voice and,
she knows how to play into it, too.
And her facial mannerisms and her voice just work for heel.
And you can tell she's worked on them to make them, even more, hateful. But, yeah, no, so you're right. I see what you're saying with that. But, yeah, no, so closing it out, like I said, just, hopefully next week is better. I don't have faith. Right now, the best thing on the show that I'm seeing... right now, let me not say best, but most interesting shit, Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah? No, that seems to be the general concessions. The only things that really have people watching right now are, on Raw, are Braun because Braun, best character on the show and all that.
Firefly Funhouse.
Becky
and Becky.
And Firefly Funhouse.
Like, and then
and Ricochet because he jumps off of shit.
Right. If they give him a match and let him showcase, which they did this week, they did do that. What was I gonna say? Oh, and then SmackDown, Becky Two Belts because she's on both shows. Iconics and KO and New Day. Yeah, definitely. Although we haven't had full New Day, but yeah. That's what I would say. But like I said, the biggest thing and just the whole thing is Firefly Funhouse. That's the most interesting shit I'm giving a fuck about right now. That being said, we're gonna go ahead and close this out. Do some plugs real quick. So, if you would like to follow your boy Jazz, you can follow me on Twitter. That is at SuperJazz2. That is SUPERJAZ number 2.
SuperJazz.
Spell that real quick again. Thank you, sir. But it's at SUPERJAZ number 2. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at JAZTUCKER. You can go ahead and follow my Facebook page, which is my Facebook page, which is Super Jazz on Facebook, or my group, because I am a musician as well, a rapper. So my duo, my other friend Darius Dieter Bionic, that would be Same Difference Dash Music on Facebook. And then you can also go ahead and look for 20-something on all streaming services. That is our joint album. We also have a single out, Kick the Door In. You got to spell it out, so spell out Kick the Door In, same difference. You can find us on there, and you can also get a solo song for myself, Super Jazz, on all streaming services, and that is 1Z lowercase j, and the song is Trust the Bounce. And of course, keep following Call It in the Ring podcast on YouTube. Pete, go ahead, sir.
I got a question for you real quick. They call you Super Jazz, but does or does not Goku have any shit on him?
Oh, shit. That's a reference to a song I forgot to actually say. Look up Super Jazz on YouTube and SoundCloud, and then you can find my Ultimate Form, which is another song I got that I released for free because of copyright issues. You listen to the song, there's DB shit all in that song. But yeah, my Ultimate Form. It's a fun ass song.
Anywho, all right.
To answer your question, fuck no.
Oh, so you say Goku ain't got shit on you? That's
Hell
how you would put it. Yeah, right.
Hell.
Fair. I just needed to know. Meanwhile, you can follow me on Twitter and twitch.tv at GIOTAVI. That's GIOTAVI. It's a name that wasn't taken when I used it, hence that's why it's there. Because people are like, that has nothing to do with you. Well, don't worry about what the origin of the name is.
It's an old school thing with you, yeah.
Deal with it. Unless I'm on not Facebook. Unless I'm on YouTube, in which case it's YouTube/Feo Grande. FEO Grande, all one word. Do some videos. Lately it's been like Let's Plays of Final Fantasy. I also have some videos of reviews with my boy Super Jazz over here.
Yeah, they're...
And you know what, I don't know if no. I think Ultimate Form came after we had like taken a hiatus of doing those videos. I would say, because I don't think we ever referenced that on there. But yeah.
You got to open the show with that, actually. That's funny. Anyway.
But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Did you say your Twitter?
I said on Twitter and Twitch.tv.
Oh, you said both. Okay, cool.
At GIOTAVI.
Word.
GIOTAVI. Although you don't get the @ sign on Twitch.tv. I do need to start streaming more often. I tried to stream last week but my speaker thing messed up, but now I can stream again. Just a matter of finding the free time.
Oh, and real quick, shout out to my other friend, Molly. I was recording with my music partner Darius earlier. She does the Casually Molly podcast. Molly, MOLLIE. Casually Molly podcast. You can find it on all streaming services. I love her podcast. She is good, people. So go ahead, give that a listen. Tell her Super Jazz sent you. And yeah. That being said, we can go ahead and close this thing out. So remember, woof woof, motherfucker. No.
Remember.
Anyway.
If you need to make it audible, you can call it in the ring.
Hey, motherfucker, that's my
All you have to do is let us in. I'm sorry.
I would have got mad if you took my line. It didn't make it sound so damn good the way you closed it out. So, in the words of Judge Mills Lane from Celebrity Deathmatch, this time I'll allow it.